go and get the bag, and I'm not bringing it back. I'm like a down QB, I put the pain in the past. And if you ever had a problem, promise I didn't ask. So it's 444 in the car, my dash. I shake it big, told them all, you went first, you last. Little boy, that's facts. I'ma grow that cash to my money. You know what? Let me stop.
Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Pain, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask. Can I? Hey, could count on my power.
Today, from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, it's week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Two teams here fresh off week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? Oh, a good return up past the 30. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Broncos offense set to go behind their quarterback in his second season now from Missouri, Charles. It's Drew Lock.
What a roller coaster for Drew Lock from the NFL draft until the end of his rookie season, because on draft night he thought he might go in the first round, ended up going in the second, and then didn't get to start with the Broncos until near the end of his rookie year. But the Broncos did go 4-1 in those games, and he played very well, working on his agility and his pocket presence in the offseason. And I love how the Broncos upgraded around him in order to give him more weapons.
And right away, he lost the football.
Williams.
Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10.
The Steeler offense set to go to work, and once again at the helm, their longtime starter, that's Ben Roethlisberger.
So this is where we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball, run it inside, everyone cover it. Just, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you really got a QB you can trust, you might want to take a little shot early and try and create some space.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a first down.
17-yard line.
Now Roethlisberger. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. It was Bryce Callahan jarring the ball free defensively.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Roethlisberger throwing complete to McDonald. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 12 yards there and a first down.
At the 29-yard line.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Roethlisberger going to get that to Ebron. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We're scoreless after 1. Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he'll He'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. They go play action now. Roethlisberger. Open man here is Gentry. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 25 yards that time.
1st and goal.
How about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. James Conner, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. KJ Hamler returning it. A dangerous return man showing it here. And a good return up past the 30, but was it aided by an illegal block or a hold? Let's see. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
A pass there complete to Sutton.
Drew Lock in at
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short. Now Lock, he lost the football. It's out, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. Huge, huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return? Everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home.
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Hamler now to return it. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers.
fumble on the play. Recovered by the Steelers.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
On 1st and 10 is Conner. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's the All-Pro Von Miller who came in to belt him behind the line.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
For a Pittsburgh Steelers.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. The Steelers were last in the NFL in red zone touchdown percentage a season ago, down around 35%. It's 1st and goal. Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster as time expires in the first half. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead.
for the point.
Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right?
Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter.
Brandon McManus to kick off.
So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They were winners last week, defeating the New York Giants. They lead this one as well right now as they come up 1st and 10. They go play action with Roethlisberger. He's going to launch it for Washington. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
And this is caught at the 8. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st. The Steelers were last in the NFL in red zone touchdown percentage a season ago, down around 35%. It's 1st and goal. And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
At the Broncos.
So it'll be 2nd and goal when we return. We've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Again, it'll be Connor. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line.
On the carry.
It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Vance McDonald. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule, because we're going to have to play again next week.
Nice, man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Boswell good with the extra point, and it is 28-0.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Hamler now to return it. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
First and 10 at their own.
Set to take over. The Broncos offense trots back out. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Deshaun Hamilton, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Incomplete. It's second down.
Throwing again. Lock. And he hits his target, Deshaun Hamilton. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 41-yard line.
First down, Denver.
Now Lock again. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. The sack by T.J. Watt, or as his mother Connie calls him, Trent Jordan Watt. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. He's got his big tight end, Fant.
Complete to Noah Fant. He steps out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
From midfield, here's Lock. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Intended for Deshaun Hamilton. Incomplete.
Here's Sam Martin now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of...
They got his man complete. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Pittsburgh, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Houston Texans.
This is definitely music.
Hey yo, Nike check. I done made about $1 million.
Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
On a white tee, and shorty got a man, but she saying wife me. I got checks coming in like a pair of Nikes. If I like it, then
Start your week by installing your game plan.
I flip it, watch me do it. All them on my wrist going stupid. Tryna put them on, but they never do it. They're like, hold up, wait a minute, like don't make sense, don't really get it. I'm steady getting to the chicken, that check your finger licking chicken. I mean, I'm getting to the good guap. Keep a rack in my socks. Diamonds cost me a lot. Nike check up all of my socks. Hey yo, Nike check. T-shirt check. Sneakers check. Socks check. Hoodie check. Shorts check. Nike check. I done made about $1 million and I'm only 19. Icy water dripping on a white tee. And shorty got a man, but she saying wife me. I got checks coming in like a pair of Nikes. If I like it, then you know I'm finna get it. Get the bag and then I flip it. Watch me do it.
Today, from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, it's week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports for Pittsburgh.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
10 at their own 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. of the gun. Watson. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks.
Watson's pass.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
A gain of 12.
The numbers for Cooks in that game last week. 5 catches, 75 yards. A shotgun snap for Watson.
And what we just saw there was exactly what they need against this defense. Big plays. They were able to pick up a first down on that one.
3 yards the gain there, second down.
Johnson. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7. At the Steelers.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
T.J. Watt.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Chris Wormley providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Back deep for the Steelers, Ryan Switzer. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And right away, he'll look to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
10 at the 43-yard line.
Play action. Now Roethlisberger. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 41 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give him a little bit of...
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Zach Gentry, his 1st touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front, and now see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this 2nd quarter.
The kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Now to return, this is David Johnson. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is what I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
On 1st down, Watson. Fuller brings it in over the middle. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. From the gun, here's Watson. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
A gain of 8.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This one from, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a line foot, and I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. He's at the 30, 10, and with a clock reading zeros, he is into the end zone. What an exclamation mark to the end of this second quarter.
Indeed, indeed.
How about that for an exciting end to the half? I mean, instead of surrendering a late field goal at the gun, they run back the block kick to extend their lead.
What's that old expression? Fortune favor.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
The conversion is no good on the fake extra point.
So we've hit halftime here, and we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup.
Texans, nothing.
So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Returns. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
1st and 10 at the 48.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can...
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Gonna throw deep for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. Third quarter action in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, PA. Going for it all. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Bradley Roby there defensively.
I like what they did there because many of the deep throws we see in the course of a game come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used the slot receiver to run deep downfield.
That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Well, Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
You know, sometimes the guy on the defensive side of the ball, he just has a good feeling or a good read, and he unleashed his defense on that one. Boy, they stopped him in a big way.
Yeah, I hate to be cliche, but sometimes we overanalyze. They just have more want. Looked like they had more want right there.
More want and more people to the ball.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Their own 31-yard line.
The Steelers defense, we watch them get set to go. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. He'll drop here to throw, and he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
The Houston ball carrier.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get back.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter.
A loss of 7 yards.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back now in Pittsburgh.
The 3rd quarter.
It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. 3rd and long. It's Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
To throw again on 2nd down. Watson, and he'll find Akins there, complete. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 26. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another 1st. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a 1st.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now Watson. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. T.J. Watt picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Texans get a bit closer.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And it's the Steelers that come up with it. And that should just about do it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. Back to Smith-Schuster. This time complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Texans will burn the 1st of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. What a catch at the 6. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. The Steelers were last in the NFL in red zone touchdown percentage this season. And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Gentry, incomplete. Brings up 3rd and goal.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Juju Smith-Schuster, his second touchdown of the afternoon. Now the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Returning it, Johnson. And he's able to get it up close to the 35, but hang on here. Penalty marker down. And this one might be going the other way. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the one touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This is the type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it?
Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I asked. Can I?
Start your week by installing your game plan.
Way back then, claim what you saw, but you weren't with us. The higher the climb, the harder the fall, but how did you get up? I done got rich and went broke, then got rich again, just a little hiccup. I done been ballin' this pickup. Remember me being so bummy and being so hungry, I had to eat gristle. How did the lady go miss? Her she was magic, she mixed. Met her at one of the functions, we caught her the rhythm, she caught up a friend, they kissed and we dipped it, and that's how we kicked it.
Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain, pain. Can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same.
Today, from Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee, it's Week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. Takes it at the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 14 carries, 96 yards, and a touchdown.
And, partner, I thought it was a lot of fun for us to be able to sit in on their film session with the offensive line. We saw how they blocked it up last week. It's a pretty good success, and we see what their game plan is for this week. They expect that defensive front to be someone they can move.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. A first down carry for Henry. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down. Last year's All-Pro punter Brett Kern comes on for Tennessee. Back deep, Ryan Switzer. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Here are the Steelers making their way out, and with their longtime starter, Ben Roethlisberger, leading the way.
And for Ben Roethlisberger, there are a lot of question marks coming into this year because he missed nearly all of 2019 with an elbow injury. And if he were younger, maybe not as many questions. But he turned 38 back in March. And now the Pittsburgh Steelers expect to see the old Ben Roethlisberger, who's thrown for over 56,000 yards in his career, leading their team.
Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. We're scoreless after 1. Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger looking deep here for Ebron. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
And 10 yards to go.
And that is incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Great coverage there, holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And it'll be Titan football. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, second quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. A pass there over the middle to start things out. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. He's got it complete. Derrick Henry. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And now the clock reads precisely 1 minute to go in the half. You want to run the 1-minute offense? This is a good test right here.
It certainly is, and definitely not a time to think about kneeling and going into the half. This is a chance to attack a little bit, but not having to get everything in one shot either. 10 yards here, 15 there. Work the sidelines, work the clock, give yourself a chance for at least a field goal going into the half.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. He's going to float this over the middle deep. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
After the interception, here's Tannehill. He finds Corey Davis. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Now a first down throw, Tannehill. Over the middle here to Brown. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw again on second down. Tannehill. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. So we've hit halftime in what was obviously a very fast move. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. So no scoring in our first half. What will the second half bring as we are now back underway? Here comes Ryan Switzer to return it. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here comes Ben Roethlisberger and the Steeler offense back onto the field. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right?
And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way down to the 29.
Jalen Samuel.
It's a big play there for the Steelers. 46 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time. And now it's second down.
Second and 10.
They go play action with Roethlisberger. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Roethlisberger's pass.
It was a safety, Kevin Byard, that time, who was able to knock it away.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And this one is right down Broadway. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead.
Titans, nothing.
Well, some good news, partner. We will not have a scoreless tie as we finally get our first points of the contest here in quarter 3.
Yeah, just a field goal, but with the way those defenses ruled in the first half, that could be a big three-point play right there, couldn't it?
And he gets it to the 30-yard line, but the football's not going to stay there. There's a penalty marker down.
Receiving team.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on first and 10. Here's Tannehill. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The intended receiver that time, Adam Humphries. But it's going to be second down.
Second and 10 at the 20-yard line.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Well, it's caught on the right side. It's Smith. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And it would appear he's going to be short of a first down as he stopped right around the 29. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. Here's Switzer. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And, Charles, we've seen almost 3 full quarters now, and neither offense can really get it going. Neither has hit the end zone, and neither side seemingly can make that big play.
But the game hasn't been devoid of action because these two defenses, they've taken over and they've slugged it out. But I think you're exactly right. We're at that stage of the game now where one of these offenses, if they make a big play, that could be the difference.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. Gets through and now an opening. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Touchdown.
Juju Smith-Schuster. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken just shy of the 10. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
34-yard line.
So now Tannehill and the Titans down 10-0. A little under a minute 50 remaining. They've yet to score all game long, but now they need to do so twice in short order to have a shot. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 42. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
Johnson, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Oh, Roethlisberger gonna throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
This is Johnson, he's got it. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now it's Roethlisberger. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Deontay Johnson, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. You can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to, because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Derrick Henry, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Now Tannehill. trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
And the lead is now 24. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The kickoff for Pittsburgh.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
At their own 36-yard line.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Throwing again on second down. Tannehill. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 12 yards there and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. Throw left side complete. It's Henry. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Tannehill throwing again. Over the middle to Smith. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To the air again, Tannehill. Short throw to Smith. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
That's another Tennessee Titan.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Pittsburgh, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll return home next week to take on